Manchester United have faced something they never prepared for, that is of Manson Greenwood, and the replacement for him is ideal as it stands right about now, because they are players that United could get anytime from now, because they feel like they are running out of contract in the summer from their clubs where they are, and very many have been linked to Manchester United in these just hours, ever since this news really got to our desk and all over the world that Manson Greenwood has been arrested by the police, and United have gone ahead to suspend him from the team of Manchester United. It's not an indefinite suspension, but it's really timely, and Manchester United are really waiting to see what is the police going to say about Manson Greenwood, because the police has really come out and said they are running investigations on a lad who is below 21 years, that is Manson Greenwood. He was arrested and he is behind bars as we speak right about now. Thank you guys for watching it. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Let's go into the news. Very many stories are into this. We are talking about Danny Van Beek, we are talking Manson Greenwood, we are talking Phil Jones, we are talking Ousmane Dembele, we are talking Jesse Lingard, we are talking Bruno Fernandes, we are talking Ronaldo, we are talking Paul Ebile Pogba. Loads of these into this segment in there for you. Now let's start off with the biggest story that has just happened an hour ago. Remember, today we all knew that a man who goes by names of Phil Jones was going on loan to a team known as Bordeaux, and that team was a team in, the Bordeaux is a team that plays into the French League One in there. And as things stand, Fabrizio Romano has just come out and let us know that this deal is off. He said that after an agreement reached between Manchester United and Bordeaux, Phil Jones has decided to turn down this opportunity. Loan deal seems to be collapsed as things stand. That's what Fabrizio had really come out and said, because earlier in the day he really came out and told us that things are all done and Bordeaux are pushing for a move for a player who goes by names of Phil Jones, and it's expected to be a loan move for Manchester for a player who goes by names of Phil Jones in there. But it looks like the deal has finally collapsed and nothing is really going to happen between Manchester United and Bordeaux. But we cannot call this as a conclusive conclusion that Manchester United is not anywhere in need of a player exit of Phil Jones, because they are having close to 4 central defenders in the names of Eric Bailly, Raphael Varane, Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. And when you look at all of those, 3 of them, their injury record is good. They don't get injured like that. They are fit and they they can play close to 30 games a season. And we look at Harry Maguire returning from injury, Victor Lindelof, and a player who goes by names of Raphael Varane. Eric Bailly is kind of injury prone, but he is trying to adapt. And I really got to know that the problem that is being faced by these players at Manchester United, especially those injury prone players, talk of Luke Shaw, talk of Eric Bailly, talk of Paul Ebile Pogba, talk of Marcus Rashford, and very many others at the club, was brought on by the former manager who goes by names of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he hurried these players when they had not yet 100% healed. That's the problem. That's why you saw the manager of a team which goes by names of Manchester United, who is the interim, Ralph Rangnick, came out and said, I'm not going to hurry any player, because one thing I've known about players at Manchester United, they've been hurried back. He came out and gave us a very good example of a player who goes by the names of Raphael Varane. He said Raphael Varane was hurried back 2 weeks earlier, and he's played only 1 game for Manchester United of Tottenham Hotspur, and in the game that United played away in Italy against a side which goes by names of Atalanta, this lad who goes by names of Varane never accomplished the 45 minutes. He was taken off and he went back to injury. So he said that it's not good to hurry a player back when you know that he's not 100% fit. That's what he said about Paul Ebile Pogba, that he has close to 2, 3 or 5 weeks to come back, and expect Paul Pogba to return. But when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here, reports were saying that he was going to return in mid-December. But see, when a new manager comes in, he comes out and says, no, Paul Ebile Pogba is not going to return because he's not yet fit. He's not yet back to full fitness and full injury injury done in there, or injury cured in there. His curement had not yet reached that level, so he said don't hurry back, and he is part of the Manchester United team training on grass with other teammates, but the manager feels like it's not yet ready for him to really get him into full contact of other players like United playing other opponents in there. So that's the beauty of Ralf Rangnick. These are things we never knew. We never knew that every team has a psychologist. You get? United never had a psychologist. That's why Zlatan Ibrahimovic, after leaving Manchester United, he came out and said he came to Manchester United, and what he found was a big club with a weak mentality. So what brings this weak mentality? What brings the weak mentality is one, simple. It's these players knowing that they've done it all amidst them not winning a single trophy. That's what a weak mentality is all about. And that's the weak mentality that Zlatan Ibrahimovic was talking about. And that's why when Ralf Rangnick arrived at Manchester United, what he did first was to bring in a psychologist in there, because he needs to pump and polish the brains of Manchester United players to a level where they're supposed to be knowing that this is Manchester United. What best describes us is us winning trophies, especially the Premier League and the Champions League, and being competitive season in, season out, because that's what makes you better. And when you look at players like Phil Jones, they've been suffering injuries, and I really feel like if at all Ralf Rangnick was the manager of Manchester United, he wouldn't have been facing all this, because he was hurried back and he always got back quickly, and he never helped Manchester United as well deserved. So Phil Jones had really processed. Phil Jones and his agent really want playing time, and when you look at Manchester United, there was no way Phil Jones is really going to get into the playing area of the central defense of Manchester United. So him and his agent were pushing a move of him to Bordeaux in there away in France, but the deal has collapsed. Phil Jones is saying, no, I'm not going to Bordeaux. I don't know why, because if I were Phil Jones, I can go to Serie A and play there very well, because Bordeaux is a very good team. I really feel that Bordeaux is a very good team that really fits a player who goes by names of Phil Jones. If at all they've promised you first team football, and if at all you want to return to the Premier League, no team is going to take you when you've only played a single game in the Premier League. Which team is that? Tell me, is there any team that can take Phil Jones? No, in the Premier League, they won't take him. They won't take him because he has just played only a single game. That was against a team which goes by names of Wolverhampton Wanderers. He really played some good 90 minutes in there that can see him really compete for other teams, but not in the Premier League, because most Premier League teams really want a player who has 100% assured them that he's not going to get injury. They are afraid of Phil Jones. You sign him in the January transfer window, put him there, and he doesn't really come through to do the needful in there. But when you look at Bordeaux is placed 17th. Maybe this is why Phil Jones has really turned this down, because they are placed 17th, 22 games, they have 20 points in there. They are into the relegation battle with teams like Metz, Lorient and Saint Etienne in there. I think that's why he has really come out and said, I'm not going there. When you look at the number of goals they've conceded, they've conceded 53 goals and they've scored 34. So it shows you that their defense is shaky, and they had other reason to bring in Phil Jones. But Phil Jones has really come out and turned down this opportunity to go and play away in France in there. So I'm asking myself, is he afraid of what his fellow teammates who are not English face at Manchester United by the pundits in the English media? Because we've seen on several occasions Gary Neville and other pundits in there calling Anton Martial lazy. Whenever Paul Pogba does something bad, he's criticized. David De Gea is criticized in there. Ronaldo is criticized that he cannot praise, he cannot do what. You know all what happens on non-English players. It's like a xenophobia building up at Manchester United. But how many times has Harry Maguire been criticized after hosting Manchester United? Have you seen these people coming out and criticize Harry Maguire? No, they don't. Dean Henderson, they don't, because it costed us some goals in there. Look at Marcus Rashford, very wasteful. They are not criticizing him. Look at Manson Greenwood, into the mess he's into right now. You know what he's going through all. Just imagine if at all that was like Paul Lebede, Pogba, Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes. Do you know what the English media would have been saying about these players? So I really feel like that might be a fear of a player who goes by names of Phil Jones, that, oh my, can I go? Why should I go out to France, where I have not been the environment is not favorable for me, and I really start to be criticized in there, because just know even the French media will do the same, because it's now a culture that journalists favor the players of their nation. You get? That's why you'll see that in the English Premier League, English players are overhyped. So Phil Jones has turned out a move to a team which goes by names of Bordeaux. We wait and see what unveils tomorrow or today, because it's the deadline day transfer, and we wait and see what is really going to unfold in here, as Phil Jones and Bordeaux have failed in there. Which other team will come in for Phil Jones in there? I really feel like a team like Newcastle can really come in and take this player, because they've been chasing for a transfer of a player known as Sergio from Sevilla. He's a central defender, and it collapsed in there. So I really feel like Newcastle can come in to hijack this deal of a man who goes by the names of Phil Jones. Smash the like button, comment and share, and go into the live chat and tell him what you think about Phil Jones turning down the loan offer of Bordeaux in there in the last minutes in there. Fabrizio Romano has really come out and let us know and confirmed about this. We get to our next story. It's all about Danny Van Beek. After Frank Lampard was said to be the next Manchester United, the next manager of a team which goes by names of Everton, he came out and told his board that, please do one thing, get me a player who goes by the names of Everton. And I really feel like what really catalyzed this deal to move on fast, it was simple. Remember, towards the summer, on the deadline day of the summer transfer window, news came out that Everton wanted a player who goes by names of Danny Van Beek on loan, and his agent had really processed this loan and it had gone through, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, no, you are going nowhere, I have you in my plans in there. Now, after Ralf Rangnick, knowing that I don't have this player in my plans, so he needed him to be there as an emergency but not as a priority at Manchester United, Danny Van Beek has gone to Ralf Rangnick and told him, please, I really want to leave. And guess what? Dennis Bergkamp, the father-in-law of Danny Van Beek, contacted the manager of Crystal Palace, who goes by the names of Patrick Vieira, that, please, I have my son-in-law, he plays for Manchester United, but he's not getting enough playing time and he needs to revive his career. Close to 2 years, he has not been playing ball, and he is going to be dropped. He has been dropped from playing for the national team of Holland, and he might miss out on the World Cup. Can you please offer him a place into your team, and you assure him first team football? And that's what Patrick Vieira did, and forwarded it to his bosses, and they really processed that. Remember, even on this channel, there is a story that I did that the deal had gone through, and I was really sure that the deal had gone through. But oh my, waking up in the morning, Everton had put in a bid, and it was accepted by Manchester United. And today morning, David Austin and Fabrizio Romano came out and confirmed that Danny Van Beek to a team which goes by the names of Everton is a done deal. That's what Fabrizio Romano really came out and posted, and this is what he posted. Manchester United and Everton have exchanged documents for Danny Van Beek transfer. Danny will sign on Monday morning. Deal likely to be announced on deadline day. Lampard call was key to complete Danny Van Beek. Move to Everton, 100% salary plus loan fee to Manchester United. All right, this is what Manchester United needs, and they need to save all the dividends in there and share them. And would United benefit? We fans don't benefit in that. According to me, we don't benefit, because my only happiness I get from Manchester United is when we win a game, is when we win trophies, because I'll never share the dividends of Manchester United. Maybe when God blesses me with lots of money, and then I become a pure shareholder, even if I own like 10% shares in Manchester United, then I'll be really earning some good money in that. But without that, there is no other happiness you get out of Manchester United. So dividends don't concern Manchester United, because when you look at the deal of Danny Van Beek, I think the reason as to why they crossed out a deal for him to go to Crystal Palace, it was simple. Crystal Palace was going just to pay half of the salary and a loan fee, and I really feel like Everton have come in with a big loan fee and a big offer of paying the full salary of Danny Van Beek. And this really helps United in there, because they know, all right, we are saving some dividends in there for you. Because when you look at Danny Van Beek, and his salary earns at Manchester United, let me look at his wages. Sorry for that. Let me look at the wages of Danny Van Beek. All right. Danny Van Beek, he signed a 5-year contract of 31 of 31 in there. That means annually earns 6.24. That is 6.24, meaning that every month he's earning, what is that? 6.24 million pounds. All right, let me get this. I want to divide this by 12. I really want to see. I want to be exact because I'm really presenting to people. I really don't want to come here and really talk things that aren't real from the head. I've just gotten my calculator. I've pasted 6240123. We are dividing it by 12. We really want to know what's so that means Danny Van Beek's salary, United is going to save a very big salary in there for Danny Van Beek. So I really feel like this is what United wanted. But Danny Van Beek leaving, it's really good for me to see him leave, because I really never wanted to see this happen to this young man, because he's talented and he was wasting his career at Manchester United. Danny Van Beek is leaving. Let's wait and see which other exit is expected out of Manchester United. We go to the big story, Manson Greenwood replacement, because you all know Manson Greenwood is behind bars. He has been arrested. Manchester United have come out and suspended him, and as things stand, we don't know what is going to come on next in for this lad who goes by the names of Manson Greenwood in here onto the Manchester United Matters channel. But all in all, news have come in the morning that United were in talks to signing Ousmane Dembele to act as a replacement for a player who goes by names of Manson Greenwood, because Dembele's contract is running out in the summer. And if at all he is not sold out by Barcelona, they are going to miss out on some good money. Barcelona are valuing him at 20 million pounds in there for you, and they feel like they have to sell him now. Ousmane Dembele is saying that he wanted to stay at Barcelona and see how things go on, and they could see a deal happen, or he could really renew his contract at the end of the summer. But he has really come out and said, Xavi has really come out and said, we aren't going to stay with a player who doesn't want to put pen to paper onto our team in there. That means you don't want to play with our team, and if at all you get to the summer, you'll just say, I really want to leave on free, and you'll go in there for free. Yet Barcelona is having problems with the amount of money that they are supposed to be charged, because remember they're in a financial crisis. That is a team which goes by the names of Barcelona in there for you. And Fabrizio Romano came out in the morning and said that no official bid and no talks open between Manchester United for Ousmane Dembele. United have not submitted any proposal to sign him as things stand. That's what Fabrizio Romano came out and said, and he has gone ahead to come out and tell us just hours. Are they hours? Just minutes right now, because I will feel like this tweet is not even an hour. He has come out and said, Ousmane Dembele deal, Barcelona and PSG have been in contact today over potential swap deal, but no solution has been found. Clubs will try again in the coming hours, but Dembele deal on deadline day seems still complicated in there. Manchester United not even interested. That's what Roman has really come out and said. But there is a tweet that has just come out just 51 minutes ago, saying that 3 hours after another chapter of this Dembele story, there are no updates yet, no agreement between Barcelona and PSG, all quiet on Icardi side too in there. So what Barcelona wanted, they wanted to get Icardi to come to Barcelona, and Ousmane Dembele crosses the side to go to a side which goes by the names of PSG in there. But there is a shocking story about Ousmane Dembele coming in from a man who goes by names of Santi in there. He's a journalist for Macheto in there. When you look at Macheto, Transfer News has close to 50.5 followers on Twitter. He's saying that Manchester United have contacted Ousmane Dembele's agent following the suspension of Manson Greenwood in there. It's fresh and new in here. This is what we're talking about, Manson Greenwood replacement in there for you. And this story has just dropped in now that Manchester United are contacting Barcelona for the signature of Ousmane Dembele. And trust me, If this story is confirmed true, that United has really been into this, trust me, they are going to get him, because Barcelona is desperate for money. Even at 10 million pounds, they'll get in a player like Ousmane Dembele, even at 15 or 20, because United has gathered lots of money. 6 million pounds loan fee for Anton Martial, 6 million pounds for Amad Diallo, 6 million, close to, United I think is collecting close to 20 million pounds loan fees from the players they are loaning out this winter transfer window. So I will feel like, oh my God, they're having money with them, and if at all they feel like they're sanctioning a transfer for such a player, I think they'll get him, because they've admired him for some long time. But I don't really know who is planning this for United, because for me, I will feel like United should go in for a central defensive midfielder, and there are variable in there. News has just come in that Zakaria has accomplished his move to Juventus in the at 5 million euros. We failed to bring in a player, yet we've just bagged in some good money for selling or loaning Anton Martial in there. Ralf Rangnick has really come out clearly and said, I want that player who goes by names of Zakaria in there, and another one known as Bokuba Kamara. And we wait and see whether Kamara is going to come in at Manchester United. But a man who goes by names of Ousmane Dembele looked to be the next signing at Manchester United as a replacement for Manson Greenwood, because when you look at such cases, Ryan Giggs, who was not even arrested and put behind bars after his girlfriend alleged that he violated her, his case right now has not yet been heard or accomplished, or what we call a conclusive adjournment, and judgment from the lawyer has not yet been given out from the magistrate. So it is taking close to 8 months. You get? Now, what of this case that has proof and evidence? How long is it going to take? Because they are still investigating. We don't know how the investigation are going to take. So I think United know that Manson Greenwood's season is done. He won't play any part of United's season anymore, and that's why you've seen this come through, and they've suspended him. They don't want him to train at Manchester United again, nor to play for Manchester United. So that is what United has done, and maybe they're saying that we don't have enough players to play off the right wing, because Amad Diallo, who would have been playing that part or that side, he was loaned to Rangers, and yesterday he played very well on Saturday, and he even scored on his debut. I saw that game, he really played very well. Sweet left foot, and I really feel like he's going to play a very big part into the next build-up of Manchester United in there. So we only have Jadon Sancho, who is the potential to play on that right side. Lingard is not that player that you can rely on that side. Juan Mata, I think he does not have, his legs are not, his legs can't support him anymore to play for Manchester United. So to me, I will feel like, oh no, this is the time to see to it that United really gets in a player like Ousmane Dembele. But more importantly, we would have got in a CDM, and I'm going to fume in here if at all this deal of Ousmane Dembele comes through and comes to maturity tomorrow or today by the end of the January transfer window. Oh my God, I'm going to fume, because that means you had the money to buy in Zakaria and you didn't. You get? United, when crisis is there, the way they act and get in players. Remember, if it was not the injury of Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay, Bruno wouldn't have come in at Manchester United in January. You get? Secondly, even Igalo came in by the time because of the injury crisis at Manchester United. So United really looks like it's it does not work under pressure. Now, pressure has mounted Manchester United. Their player that was playing onto the right side, remember, they're only left with one option of Jadon Sancho. Rashford is not good playing that side. Elanga is not good playing that side. One matter who is left, his legs can't support him enough to play for Manchester United, because the Premier League is too physical in there, and they feel like they are going in for Ousmane Dembele. And I'm going to fume, guys. I repeat this. I'm going to fume on this channel and lose my temper if United go in and bring in a right attacking midfielder other than a central defensive midfielder, because when you look at that position, we have very many midfielders who can really try out to play that side. You get? But we lack a CDM, because a CDM is going to make us better and really give us a very good competitive edge. People will look at Manchester United. To me, I'm not like other people who come out and say that United aren't going to complete the top 4 positions if they don't bring in a CDM. I really feel like they are going to complete into the top 4 positions and they are going to qualify for the Champions League. But my worry is, we have a chance, by the way. People don't know that United has one of the best teams in Europe. But the problem the missing jigsaw, the missing piece into our jigsaw is a CDM. Look at the Champions League, because to me I will feel like, as Bruno came out and said that people are not giving us a chance, but FA Cup and the Champions League are still available, and United can really go in and win them. That's what Bruno came out and said, and some people looked at Bruno as a joker, and he's right. But if at all we really get in a CDM, trust me, we can compete with Bayern Munich, we can compete with Man City, because those are the only two teams I really feel like they're really competing for the Champions League this season, and they really have a very good squad. No team will be competing with us if at all we bring in a CDM. Look at our keeper, David De Gea, one of the best in the world. We're having Diego Dello, Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing as the right back, Alex Telles and Luke Shaw, left full back, central defense, Eric Bailly, Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire, and Victor Lindelof. All those are for Manchester United. Look at the midfield, Fred Rodriguez, Paul Bile Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Scott McTominay, Nemanja Matic. You get, that is all in the defensive positions in there. Bruno Fernandes, you get Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Ronaldo, Edson Cavani. Oh my God, that's a lot of talent. But it's like we are having a very good Maserati car that is very much expensive without an engine. And can you drive a car without an engine? So for us to get very far, we need a CDM in. I really agree with other people in there. And Rangnick knows it well, because no player can come and do that part in Manchester United. And you've seen us fidget in very many games in there. And we lack that player at Manchester United in there. So guys, I don't know what you think about the Mason Greenwood replacement. United rumored to be in talks with the agent of Ousmane Dembele that they can offer him a deal, and gave out some money to a team which goes by names of Barcelona in there. So we wait and see, because I really feel like Manchester United to go in for Ousmane Dembele without buying a central defensive midfielder, that is abysmal. It's a disgrace. It's something I don't really recommend in there. I'm having Joan Ruth. Banster says we need to sign players who are willing to play for the club. Yeah, you're right. That's why Rangnick came in here and said, if at all you don't want to be at Manchester United, better tell me and you leave, because Manchester United itself, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world. And if at all you don't want to play for Manchester United, you better get out. Get out and bring in a player who can really play for Manchester United. And we want to be having players who die for that shirt, who really feel honored while putting on that shirt. So Joan Ruth, I really agree with you. So going in for a player like Dembele, is Dembele a person who likes Manchester United? I'm not really sure. When you look at Manchester United, a lot of pressure that is going to be at Manchester United. Will he handle it? I doubt. But he's really a very good player. On the pitch, he is a very good player. I have no doubt. My reservations are two. One, and most importantly, why bring in Dembele when we fail to bring in a central defensive midfielder? Two, he is an injury-prone player. Can he come in a physical league and really survive injuries? Because he's been playing into the La Liga, where they are not so much physical. He couldn't even put up 4 or 5 games consecutively in the La Liga. Now, if that happened in the La Liga, that are not physical in there, what of the Premier League? Because they will tackle you game in, game out in there. But to me, I will feel like him coming at Manchester United, if the board decides that for him to come in, all right, it will be a good addition. But just know, the most important position at Manchester United will be left blank. And this takes me to the story I read about the German international who retired and played for Manchester United, Schwarzenegger Tiger. You remember him under the regime of Jose Mourinho and the regime of Louis van Gaal. He came out and said that he looked at McTominay and he knows McTominay is one of those players that are going to be playing for the CDM very well. I'm asking myself, why do people think that McTominay can be a best CDM at Manchester United? You get? I think these are the lies that are being sold to people. Fletcher saying the same thing. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson. This is all smeared. It's a cake that is being iced with lies of McTominay being an academic graduate at Manchester United. That's it. Nothing else. But even Ghana is a better CDM than Scott McTominay, because the attributes that Ghana has are the attributes that Scott McTominay lacks. Scott McTominay is a box-to-box player. The same applies to Freddie. We don't have a CDM at Manchester United, and I really pray to it that we really get in a CDM, because this will save a season of Manchester United. Smash the like button, comment, and share. We've talked a lot. We've talked Danny Van Pink. We've talked Manson Greenwood, we've talked Osman Dembele, we've talked Phil Jones in there, and very many others into this video. So guys, feel free to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about what we have discussed about. John Ruth, thank you for watching in. Bannister, I don't know where you're watching us from, but thank you for being part of this video, and endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. How do you do that? Go into the lower right bottom corner. There is that red word that has the word subscribe. Hit it, and after hitting it, click the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time you're live onto this channel. I sign out for now. We are going to be, by the way, we are going to be having a very busy day tomorrow. I think you know that. It's the deadline day. More news is going to float. I don't know whether I will handle, because I really have another channel of football that I really handle. So I wait and see. I think I'm going to be doing more of 2-3 minute videos, record, upload, because you know what it means on the deadline day. It's really hot into there. Expect Kamara from Marseille. That news in there is going to be there. And there is a story I seen today that Manchester United is interested in a player who goes by the names of Yefis Bissouma in there. I've seen that story too. So we wait whether tomorrow it's really going to be so much into the news in there. Which other story I've seen in here that might make news tomorrow? All right, there is a story being reported in from Fabrica Havins. Fabrica Havins is a journalist commentator of RTL in there. He's saying that Yefis Bissouma could leave Brighton. There are 3 clubs are trying to sign him: Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United. The discounts are intense. Brighton are asking for 45 million euros in there. So we wait and see what that happens. And I really feel like this deal of Bissouma is hard to come in, because he also has some charges on him. And if at all United are into the turmoil of Manson Greenwood, I don't really see them coming out and signing a player who goes by names of Yefis Bissouma, who's really having such a case in there. And the only reason as to why I think United can go in and splash that money, provided they've really said that they want him, is because he's a CDM, he's used to the Premier League, and when you bring him at Manchester United, he's going to hit the ground running without further ado. That's it. You get? I think that's the only reason United will bring in Yefis Bissouma, because I think they'll say, bring in Zakaria, he might not work in immediately, yet we want something that's going to work for us immediately. If you bring in Bouba Kamara, he can come in and not work immediately as we expect him to be at Manchester United. So I think the only reason United can go in for Yefis Bissouma is when they really feel like a CDM is really a position that needs to be covered into this January transfer window. And secondly, don't forget, they need to get out a story that is going to get Manson Greenwood out of the news, and that story has to be a very big transfer in there and a signing, because when a signing is brought in, trust me, a story of signing in a player at Manchester United will keep Manson Greenwood out of the news, because Manson Greenwood's story is tarnishing the brand of Manchester United. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God bless you. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. See you tomorrow in the morning. African Cover Studios and Rokan Media. Sorry, Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later.